I really want to do something with that the Google Sheet. And for example, do you have like a demo prepared with the coupons?
No, the demo will not be about coupons, but it will be different.
Yeah,
It
because
will be
that's
more.
something.
Yeah, coupons is straightforward. I wanted to do something a little bit more complex, just to showcase also the variables
Yeah, yeah.
usage.
Yeah. So Fuzzy, I'm not sure if we're live.
We are live at the moment. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Nice. I'm gonna give myself a like right there, and you, of course, as well.
Thanks.
Let me open up this stuff right here so that we got.
More complex, just to showcase also the variables
Yeah,
usage.
yeah,
That was good. Good.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so let me just right away share my screen right here so that we got something on the screen. Unless they want to see us talk, which is obviously always a good thing, right?
Of course, all the time.
Guys, can you hear? Can you hear Fauzi? Can you hear me? If you can see us, hear us, let us know in the chat. I can see some people already interacting in the chat, which is cool. There's Rob, always Rob. Awesome. Welcome again, Rob. Wednesday already. Top of the morning to you all. Yeah, Wednesday already. It's going very, very fast lately, especially because we have these things each and every Wednesday. It seems almost like we're living from Wednesday to Wednesday sometimes, at least for
Time
us, right?
goes very fast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's unbelievable how time goes fast lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's Scott. Hi, Scott. Hope you're doing well. There's Abba. Hello, Abba. I think you're from Scandinavia. I'm just gonna Scandinavian countries. Norwegian, Finnish. I'm not sure. You're from one of the colder countries in Europe. Christian, greetings. Scott, we hear you both, says Scott. Michael's there. Good morning, Stefan and Fuzzy. Yes.
Good
Okay.
morning,
Michael, I
Michael.
do hope that you have your T-shirt already. It has been sent to you 2 weeks ago, so I hope it's there. Hey Tom, what's up? Just closing some tabs here on my side, guys, before I share my screen. I got a lot of things open. I've been working on some extra training videos that we are going to add to the knowledge base. We'll let you guys know when that's done as well. We just got off a team call as well, which was again very fun. Last week was very fun as well, right, Fuzzy?
Yeah,
And
it's getting
this
better and
time,
better.
yeah, and this time around we had a new team member. So we have a new team member joining us on support side of things, tech support. That's going to strengthen our team. But yeah, so everything is really cool. Let me just share my screen here, guys. There you go. Can you see it, Fuzzy?
Yes, I can see it. That means that everyone else can see it.
Nice.
Cool. So I hope that you guys are not fed up yet with Google Sheets because there are just too many parts.
Because after this week, it's going to be more Google Sheets, guys. What we actually, oh, let's see. Yeah, so Google Sheets again, part 3 this time, Fauzi. What do you think about this?
I really think that in each part we give some really good value. In this, the last two parts, which is part 3 and part 4, will be very useful. They will have very useful cases that will supercharge your chatbot. So, although
Actually,
it's a lot of parts, but it's tremendous value that you're getting from
yeah.
the 4 parts inside Google Sheets.
And I really think so too. But to be honest, I really thought that there was just a part 3 and we were going to move over to another feature. But I'm very, very glad that there is going to be a part 4 because and you guys will see that probably at the end. Or yeah, I think after Fauzi's demo he's going to do, you'll see what part 4 actually entails. It's pretty powerful stuff. And I think that needs it needs to be part for it needs to be part of for it to be a
It's all,
really good Google
yeah.
Sheet integration.
Yeah.
And I think from part 4 we are actually going to do something else. But then I think from part 4 we actually do have the best Google Sheet integration when it comes to Chatbot and Google Sheet stuff, right,
Yeah.
Fauzi?
Yeah, indeed.
Awesome. All right, guys. So yeah, we are going to try and keep it short and simple this time. Last couple of lives were 60 minutes or longer, and we are trying to do this one in 30 minutes or less. I'm not sure if that's going to work out, but if not, then we actually tried, right? So I'm gonna. What are we actually going to do in this short little live? Well, we just had the intro. We are going to talk a little bit about the Google Sheets part 1 and part 2, what we actually added in terms of actions, right? Just to a simple refresher. Then Fauzi is going to give us a small demo of Google Sheets part number 3, which next action is going to be added, and we are going to talk a little bit more about error variables. And then we have some questions and answers again about this Google Sheet integration part number 3, or any of the other questions you might have. Cool, guys. So there's
Also looking
Tom.
forward.
Michael saying he's got this shirt yesterday. That's awesome. What's up in the sky? I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, Rob, heard you loud and clear. Jerry, hey, what's up? Scott is saying, looking forward to the error variables. Yeah, it's actually already a feature that's in your account, Scott. But we hope that we are able to do some cool stuff and showcase what error variables actually can mean to your chatbot. All that stuff. This I actually chose this particular image for Fauzi because this is how his week actually started.
I like those images that you put in there. Always creative. Yeah, right on the face.
Yeah, Fauzi had some emergency stuff to go to, and now he has to go to the dentist. And everybody loves the dentist, right, Fauzi?
Of course, it's the best moments you spend in your life are when you are going to the dentist and are going to do fixing of your whatever thing you have on your teeth.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure hope it's not a root canal, because if it's really the case, then it's going to be.
It's painful, yeah, but it's a must. I mean, everyone has to go through this at least
once in life, yeah, probably.
If you do it once, you're very lucky. Yeah. It should be twice, 3 times in a lifetime if you're really one of those lucky people.
Well, fingers crossed. I have not been in that position you're in yet, so and I hope not to be for a very long time. Anyways, yeah,
Thanks.
guys, I'm not sure if you're like Fauzi, but if you don't like the dentist either, just give me a hell yeah in the chat. There we go. So yeah, we are going to talk a little bit about the Google Sheets, and I'm going to give you a quick little summary. And it's easy, guys. So I can see that we more or less have the same group on as we are used to. So you guys already know, but for the people that are going to watch this live later as a recording or on YouTube, what we have been talking about so far in the previous live sessions is the Google Sheet integration as well. So there was a part 1 and a part 2 before this, and we showed you how to actually add the integration, or basically use the OAuth in your integrations manager and add your Google account to the mix. And then use the Google Sheet card, and Fauzi gracefully showed a demo featuring insert and delete row, and he also showed that it accepts formulas. Which is pretty cool. And then in the part 2 demo, he actually showed clear and update row, which was pretty cool as well. And we actually notified that there is notified you guys that there is no true delete row action. So we actually replaced that with clear row, and we actually explained that on the call as well. So if you want more information about that, guys, I suggest you go to our YouTube channel. I can drop a link into that into the chat if you guys want to the YouTube channel, and you can actually watch those parts back. What we are going to talk about now, though, is something pretty amazing, and this is something that Fauzi has prepared for us. He's going to talk a little bit about a retrieve row, which is one of the new actions that is available with the new Google Sheet integration. That actually allows you to fetch a row from your desired Google Sheet. Is there something you would like to say about that before we go into what an error variable actually is?
Well, it will all make sense in the next slides and in the demo. I always believe in demos. So
Okay, nice.
you know that you can fetch a row and you will see how to do it later on during this presentation.
Awesome. Then I'm moving on. And guys, if you got any questions, then just put them in the chat and we'll manage those as well. So guys, what's an error variable? This is actually a feature, I should say, that has been inside the app for a very, very long time already. Yeah. I think for over a year already, yes. Perhaps over almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And this is actually your brainchild. This is actually a pretty cool way, and it actually works with a lot of integrations. And what I want to say right here before I go further is that these error variables actually that we are going to show should actually lead in a whole new era of bot building, I think.
Yeah. By the way, right? Stefan, can you refresh the slides because it contains modified data? I'm not sure why it's not updated.
I'm not sure what's going on, but my girlfriend is doing her. There's your live sure? like a lot of people. Are you sure you want to do this? Not sure what's going on. It's becoming a running gag this way because it's really awesome.
It's always the case whenever you have a live or a team call, then it's
yeah, and she knows my schedule. We actually have like a mutual schedule, an online one and a written one, and each and every Wednesday and Friday I have a lot of calls, and she knows this. But every single time she comes in to into the office and wants to ask something, but not today, guys. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. So let's pick this up again.
Yeah, so I was saying, Stefan, you need to refresh the slides because it seems that it was modified. Can you just refresh the page right there?
Trying.
Okay, I think now it's reflecting the changes.
Am I still sharing though?
Yeah, you're still sharing, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Awesome. So error variables.
Every single.
Okay. So error variables are temporary variables, hence the error name, because it's something. Although the error is everywhere with us all the time, but it's also something temporary. It keeps being refreshed. If we go into the molecule side of it, it's all the time changed and refreshed and whatsoever. And that's the name for error variables. They only exist in your flow where it's being used by a subscriber, meaning that these variables are always available just when your subscribers are using them. Once your flow ends, all the data contained under your error variables are also gone. So they are not permanent variables or data, but they are just temporary. The error variables are carried through to your flow scars containing data fetched from third-party integrations, API calls, and webhooks, because we just believe that you don't always have to create a custom feed to display data inside your chatbots. So just imagine that you are actually making a webhook call and you want to display some kind of data to Clever Messenger or inside your chatbot. You don't have to save this into a custom feed and then display the custom feed, just a waste of time. So we thought of a way to just display the value right away, and this all started with webhooks. So that was the main use. Then it was extended to API calls. Whenever you make API calls to send flows or to send scars, you could inject air variables inside them, and they would show up inside your conversation. And the last phase was we integrated them inside third-party integrations. We started with one integration from Michael. It's Wawin, yeah, where we could retrieve the video's link and some user parameters right from air variables. And now the second use case will be in Google Sheets, where
there's another one, right, with contact reach.
Yes, with contact reach as well, yeah.
And now with Google Sheets, we're going to do something. But just to make it a little bit more clear to the guys and girls actually watching this, could we say that the air variable is actually a temporary custom field?
Yes, actually, that's a good comparison, if you will. Air variables are temporary custom fields.
Okay,
and there is another point here at the end of the slide. To make air variables permanent, you can just save them to custom fields. So you take something from.
So you push the air variable is actually a temporary value, right? Then you use the action card with the action called set custom field, and then you just put in that air variable placeholder, and it should save as a custom field as well.
Yeah. And guys, we will explain all of this during this demonstration. Don't get confused because this is new for you. You will get the grasp of it inside the demo, and it will make a lot of sense. Actually, demo time is there. So
on that note, nice.
Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen right here.
Sure. Let me stop my share right here. So guys and girls, I just hope you're enjoying this so far. Let me share, stop there. There we go. You're up.
Okay, it says that the host has disabled the screen sharing. Can you please allow that to do so?
Don't you love Zoom?
Yeah, with all their security features, it came suddenly.
Should be working right now.
Yeah, that is the case. Awesome. I think you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So we're just going to dive right away without having to talk a lot. I'm just going to go to flows and create a new flow. I'm just going to call it Google Sheets retrieve demo, retrieve raw demo. Right, so that's the type of promotional, that's fine. And we're going to go straight into the subject. Now I'm going to, I've already have a Google.
Again, guys, this is the first time that I actually see this demo as well, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I'm really looking forward. A matter of fact, Fauzi was just laying the final touches before the team call on this integration, so it's just fresh off the press. And I'm really looking forward to see what he is going to showcase. So.
Yeah, I hope it all goes smoothly.
I hope so too, man.
Awesome, cool. So here I have a spreadsheet that I've created. It has the PSID. If you don't know what PSID is, please go back to the previous recording where we explained what PSID is and how it works inside Clever Messenger and Google Sheets. So all the data that you saw here is actually data that we've went through last time, where we inserted a row with PSID, first name, last name, email, phone. Here I've replaced phone with the subscription ID for this demonstration case. And as you can see, we have two worksheets inside the spreadsheet. One is called customers and one is called subscriptions. So this actually subscriptions worksheet contains data about subscriptions. Let's say that we are a company, which is Clever Messenger here, and we are saving all our subscriptions here with different IDs. So here I just added one for the sake of demo, which has ID 123. The product or the subscription is Clever Messenger Pro 10K subscribers, and the pricing goes for 69 months, which will be the future pricing if you don't get the deals that we have right now. So just you know. Here we have, as in the customers worksheet, we have all the customers that are with us. For the sake of this demo, I just added myself here, and I've added the subscription ID that belongs to me. So the goal of this demonstration is fetching the customers' data and displaying the first name, but also at the same time display their current subscription and the price it goes for. This will sound probably complicated first.
Yeah. For me, it
because we
sounds
have to,
complicated as well. So,
yeah. But it's pretty easy. In
you
fact,
have
this can be
to,
done.
yeah, you have one sheet. You have one, yeah,
Spreadsheets.
you have
We
one
have two worksheets.
worksheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because this is, you might tell that why we are not actually adding the products inside the row here itself. Like we can be adding the subscription ID, the subscription name, and the pricing. But this is very inefficient because we have to do it for all the other users, even if they have the same subscription. So here we want to make things,
A little bit more optimized.
yes, optimized.
Yeah.
So let's say that we have a second customer here, and that customer also has this product 1, 2, 3. We have to again write the same thing. And if you wanted to make a change, then we have to change it everywhere, which doesn't make any sense. And this is not how things should be done. So that's why we are keeping here two worksheets where we can just have the subscription ID, and using the subscription ID, we can fetch the product. And whenever we make a change, it's reflected throughout all the subscribers as well. So we're just going to go here to our Google Sheets integration, drop it.
Okay.
After you drop it, you go to the account, you select your account, and you select the action. So you see here we have the new action, which is retrieve row, and it's the first action that's on the list. And you get to select your spreadsheet. So we're going to select this one that we're working on right now. And you're going to select the worksheet. So here you see that you have two worksheets, which is the customers and the subscriptions. I'm just going to hit the customers, and here is the lookup value. So this is something we explained last time, and this is the unique thing that you want to make your search based on, so that you retrieve the row. Last time we mentioned PSID is a really good one and solid one if you are using Messenger, because it's always unique. So I'm just going to select the PSID, which is a Messenger ID, and I'm going to add to it the Messenger ID from the dropdown.
Cool.
Just like that. Now I'm going to save this. And I'm going to go to a text card and link it. So let's say that now we just want to get the first name of that particular subscriber, or any of the actual columns that are here under the customer worksheets. PSID, first name, last name, email, whatever stuff. We can simply go to the air variable speaker. So this is the air variable speaker, this little antenna right here. We're actually getting the air, intercepting. So now if you actually click on it, you will see that you have Google Sheets, Git Sheets, and you will have the ID of the cards that contains your Google Sheets integration. And here you will see the columns already: PSID, first name, last name, email, subscription ID. So whenever you actually put a value right here, it will be replaced by the fetch value from the previous cards.
Really cool.
Yeah. Now I'm not going to do this directly like this, because it's going to be very simple. But now, you know, if you just wanted to fetch the information like first name, last name, you would just do it like this, and it will actually
I
work.
think first and last name is perhaps not the best example right now,
Yes.
because we can actually showcase that without any Google Sheet stuff.
Yeah.
However, this is just amazing, because now with air variables, you can, for example, send stuff to a Google Sheet and then calculate some stuff and then
Retrieve it back.
Yeah, and report it back to the subscriber.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we're not going to use this right now because it would be a too simple example. What I really want to do is also retrieve the product information that this person has. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link another Google Sheets card, just like this. Link the first one to the second one. And I'm going to open it up. Again, here, guys, you can actually have many accounts. It's not bound to one account. You can have unlimited accounts. Again, retrieve row. Spreadsheet, we're going to use the same spreadsheets. Worksheets, in this case, we're going to use the subscriptions spreadsheet. And here you will have the column that we want to search on. And I want to search with the ID, the subscription ID. And now under the lookup value, I can also use an air variable. Air variables can be used, by the way, throughout all your cards. Everything that can hold a text or personalization, sorry, this can also hold an air variable. So I can just go and do this. I can select the subscription ID from the previous Google Sheets cards, which is an air variable.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure what you're going to do right now. Really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So what we are doing basically, we are fetching the subscription ID from the first Google Sheet as an air variable, and we are inserting that into the second Google Sheet to fetch it via the subscription ID, and then we're going to get the products stuff. So now the cool thing is this. So I linked the second card to the text card, and look here what will happen. So I'm just going to delete all of this stuff right here. So if I hold the air variables, I can see that I have two Google Sheets stuff.
Very cool.
This is from the first card and this is from the second card. So actually it will combine all the cards that are connected to whatever cards you have, and you can pick data from it. So here I can just pick the first name from the first Google Sheet integration, and I can say your product is, and I can now insert the product name from the second integration.
Really cool.
Your pricing goes for, and I can fetch the pricing per month. That's it. I can just save this, and I can save the flow. I can actually use an m.me link,
Yes.
and let's hope that this actually works before we say
It
good
is
things about
so
this.
super powerful though. But I guess if you don't already get the ideas on how to get this working, I mean, there's tons of ways to actually get stuff like this working for you. But the way this is set up, like you're now able to do add dynamic values into your chatbot and really take your chatbot to the next level.
Yeah, so here
Look
we
at
have
that.
our demo.
Yeah.
Fauzi, your product is Clever Messenger Pro 10K. Your pricing goes for 69 per month. And that was fetched right away, that
From
fast
Google
from
Sheets. Yeah.
2 worksheets and 2 integrations.
Ah, really cool. Love
It's
it.
always good to see your reactions.
Yeah, man, this is really good because now I can actually stop Integromat right now. I've been running this bot right now, right,
Yeah.
with Clara Clairvoyant. I'm gonna delete Integromat, and now I can finally build it entirely upon Clever Messenger and only Google Sheets.
Yeah. Cool. So just to talk here a little more about air variables. Air variables actually will work with the actions that you have. So for example, if I have an insert action instead of retrieve action, then you will not see anymore the other
Oh, yeah.
integration
Cool.
because the action is not actually retrieving something. So it's actually dynamic. Also, it works with the cards that are linked with this card. So if we didn't link these two cards with this cards, then it wouldn't actually show the air variable. It's dynamic. And this doesn't stop in the first level. It can go to other levels. So even if I have another card linked to these cards, it will still detect every 10s that is connected before it and that contains air variables, and it can be still used right there, as you can see here.
And guys, this can actually be used inside carousel.
Yeah, inside buttons, inside carousels, inside URLs. So you can even have dynamic URLs that you can put. It can be used anywhere.
Just imagine having like this is the first steps. You can actually set up a dynamic e-commerce store. For example, if you have like a Shopify store, WooCommerce store, and you have that talking with a Google Sheet, you can actually retrieve data from that as well, or soon as well direct stuff as well. This is
Yeah,
really really cool stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that a little bit clear, guys? So what just happened right now is that we can actually retrieve data from, in this case, Google Sheet. And I hope this actually is a good example on how air variables can be used.
yeah.
We do have this little trick, the air variable stuff. natively integrated with 2 other integrations as well.
Which are volume right here and
Contact reach somewhere on the top.
contact reach on the top right here.
Yeah.
So you can see that. One thing I would like to mention before we move on, sorry, Stefan.
Sure.
We said earlier that these are temporary variables. So once the flow ends, these variables are also gone because you just displayed them to the user and their role has actually ended. But if you wanted, let's say, to have the product name to be saved permanently inside your chatbot. So just like Stefan mentioned earlier, we're just going to use a perform action card right here. Link it. We can link it to the integration or to the other one. It doesn't really matter because the variables flow through the cards. And we can have here set custom field value. We select whatever custom field. Here I can just use email. And I can use the air variable here and I can just have, well, here I used that example, but you can actually link the email that was on the other example to the custom field here, and it will be permanently written inside that custom field, as you can use it all the time without having to call your Google Sheets integration again.
Yeah. And this way you actually store, so to speak, the data locally on your Clever Messenger account.
Yeah.
And for some reason, some people actually prefer that as well, because for some reason your connection may drop with Google Sheet and then you're not able to actually get the data over, but then you doing this, you actually have it already.
Yeah, it's also good when you are going to do synchronization between other tools and Clever Messenger. So if you have, for example, Active Campaign that had put a phone number inside someone's accounts, you can use that to also retrieve it inside Clever Messenger and you save it as a custom field of type
Very
phone.
cool.
Yeah.
And why would you want to do that? Because you can actually use the Twilio integration again to send people.
Of course. Yeah. Within your chatbots.
Very cool. So this opens up like my mind is actually going crazy right now. Like it's the possibilities are literally endless. Guys, I hope it actually makes it a little bit clear right here on what Fauzi actually showcased. Let me know in the chat. Let me just take some questions right here. Rob is having a question right here. Since we have integrations with Kartra and HubSpot, can we automatically get the Google Sheet info into the Kartra or HubSpot account?
Yes, of course. You will use air variables and you would pass air variables. So for example, here in this case, I'm going to link this cards to an Active Campaign card, for example. Or a Kartra.
Kartra somewhere.
I don't think that I have Kartra linked to this account, but the idea is here, for example, I fetch the email from this first card, which is the one that actually fetches the email. And I can forward it to Active Campaign. I'm not even sure if that integration still works that I have here.
I think this particular page has all the integrations, so you might as well try Kartra.
I don't think. I think it has all data as well. Yeah, this account doesn't work right here.
It's not working.
No, it's invalid accounts.
Should probably.
So here under create contacts, here I'm just going to showcase. So under the email, you're going to use your air variable and you're going to link it with, here it didn't display the air variable because I changed the, I changed the action to insert instead of retrieve. So I'm just going to put this back under retrieve real quick. Retrieve row. Let's create contacts. Then inside the email, we're going to, seems that I will probably link this other one because we have lost the data when disconnecting to the other action. All these links, all this stuff. Yeah, so you can use the air variable and push your email, for example, inside the email field, and you can push from Google Sheets integration inside your Kartra or Active Campaign account or whatever stuff.
Well, that makes sense, Rob. So, like Fuzzy mentioned, just summarizing here, Fuzzy, every variables actually flow through all your cards. So if you're able to get some data from a Google Sheet card using the retrieve action, you can actually use the air variable to send that over to any card, any message type, but also obviously other integrations. And this is where actually the power of Clever Messenger comes into play. Not needed, not the having the need of putting in a middleware software like Zapier or Integromat. I mean, we have that integration. You guys know it, and we are making some progress on that as well. We are actually very close to launching it officially, which is cool. But with Clever Messenger, you don't need it. So that's something you guys really need to remember. And this air variable stuff is an integral part of having that work in or without any middleware, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just taking another question right here, Fuzzy, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Rob is asking, is there a way to check out in Kartra and somehow get certain info into Google Sheets and then share all the info from Google Sheets to the customer? How would you get the info from Kartra or other form or platform to Google Sheets? Rob, I think that would be doing middleware. I'm not sure if Kartra has, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if Kartra has a direct integration with Google Sheets. If they do, then you can actually move all the data from your customers to a Google Sheet and then use that same Google Sheet in order to retrieve the information from inside Cloud Messenger, and then you can report that back to them. Hope that makes sense, Rob. So again, to summarize, you need to check if Kartra has a native integration with Google Sheets. If not, your second bet would be trying to see if there's a Zapier integration working with that. And then you can actually move all the data from Kartra to Google Sheets and directly get that information from that similar or that same Google Sheet onto Clever Messenger. Cool.
Yeah.
Jerry says, definitely a bit over my head for now, but I applaud you for your teaching. Cool. Nice. Well, Jerry, if there's anything not clear, then feel free to ask some questions. But more or less, what we're showing right now is that you're not bound anymore to just static stuff. Like this actually opens up a whole dynamic way of bot building. You can now report back values from, in this case, a Google Sheet. And you can use the math power, the formulas, and all that stuff inside a Google Sheet, and have it do all this amazing stuff. So just trying to see if I can simplify it with making a quick little example. Like, I mean, Fuzzy, this could work with, for example, creating a quote calculator. Like,
Yes. This will be actually the use case or the demo for next time for the
okay,
sales.
nice.
Because in this one, we will only need one step where we will apply the formula and we get back. That's it.
Yeah, that's really cool. So let's say that you have a service that consists out of multiple services, right? I know that you are running an agency, Jerry, and your agency perhaps offers next to bot marketing also Facebook ads, perhaps website design and all that good stuff. Now let's say that you have listed all those services and their prices, their base prices that is, in a Google Sheet, and you want to use the chatbot to actually calculate the monthly fee of the client. You can actually do that using air variables and having Google Sheets do all the
rest of the calculations.
the calculation power, basically.
Yeah.
Good.
It doesn't just have to be calculation. Any data that is under a Google Sheet account,
Of course, yeah.
you can put it back.
But
Just
that's
like
where, for me, the power, for me personally, that is the power is in spreadsheets. Like if you can use spreadsheets to its full
Yeah.
extent, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I'm not sure if I made my point clear, Jerry. Let me know if I did or not. I'm happy to show it in a video, or we're going to showcase it in the next live, anyways. But it allows you to really automate that part of the lead qualification. So let's say that you have just qualified a lead, right? And they are now primed to join your service. Even that particular part, that picking out your services and which services they want, can be entirely automated all the way upon asking for the sale.
But just to make this clear, guys, for you and not just to confuse it, this today what this is about is you have data in your spreadsheets, you put it back to your chatbot. As easy as that. You don't actually need to make it very complicated inside your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I have another question right here. This would be great for checking people into an event, says Rob. Give their info, something like that. Jerry says, thanks. Yes, I can definitely see the power. Plus, I know the following week's training will be Google Sheets part 4, 5, and 6. But we actually do have a lot of other features we want to push, but next week is definitely part 4, and this is where we actually are going to elaborate a little bit more. Plus, I'm going to showcase, perhaps not on a live, but in a separate video to you guys after I finish some of the training videos. I'm going to create a separate video, and I'm going to send that to all the Clever Master customers, showcasing some more Google Sheet stuff. And I promised you a template in the last live, so I'm going to add that to the mix too. Michael is actually saying, could we use the Google Sheet data to send out a broadcast to individual customer, like a update? Pretty interesting question.
I don't actually get the question fully.
Could we use the Google Sheet data to send out a broadcast to individual customer, like an update? Can it, for example, can a Google Sheet? I think that's what you mean, Michael. Using the Google Sheet data as a trigger to send or activate a flow of going out to the client.
Because don't really see if it's a trigger, it will not trigger like a broadcast of one. It will go one by one. So I'm not really sure if it's a trigger part or you want to make a filtering based on people on the data, on the sheets.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
But I think you're now moving into something that is working with the API and webhooks. I mean, you are able to send things programmatically. So using the API, you can actually, I think, do that. I'm not sure if that is possible with the integration. Perhaps we need a little bit more information, Michael, to give you a better answer. Itawa, I'm going to build a MLM prospect referral tracking bot. Really cool. This is actually something that another couple is actually doing with Webmaster as well. But they have not been using the Google Sheet stuff yet. But that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Really nice example.
It is, yeah.
Michael's saying yes, and also another yes. I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. Robert saying, one issue I ran into in Clever Info, if I asked a question in the bot, if they changed their answer, the custom field only kept the last answer. Is there a way to keep the history of answers in the Google Sheet and accordingly on Clever's custom fields?
You can, now that the Google integration is there, you can, whenever you get the answer, you can insert a row.
Yeah, a new row.
With, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you get the history.
And if you want to create then a new custom field, yes, then you use the retrieve action again from the Google Sheet, and you save a new custom field value and a new custom field. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely possible, Rob. Cool. We didn't make it to 30 minutes, Fauzi.
Yes, it's always
I
It's
think
always a little bit more than the
sure if
planned
it,
time, but that's
yeah,
good.
what Michael calling it already or Scott, I'm not sure. But I'm actually ending your screen right here and sharing mine screen.
Sure.
Am I? By the way,
Oh, you're not sharing anything yet?
my face again.
Yes, sharing your face. Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, this was the demo of part 3. So to give you again a quick little recap right there, we released the best Google Sheet integration, and we are going to top that the next week as well. So what we currently have inside the Google Sheet card is the ability to insert a row in Google Sheets, clear a row, update a row, or retrieve a row, and then use R variables to actually report back any data from a Google Sheet using the retrieve row action. Really cool stuff. Now this is about next week. So again, new add-ons. This is Google. This is going to be Google Sheets integration part number 4, and this is going to be the last and final part, unless our little wizard right here is going to add some more stuff.
I think we should just stop it right there and
Yeah.
move to something
Because
else.
right now we already have the best integrations right
Yeah.
here, and this is
We
going.
still want to add more stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we are going to release on the 27th of July is the new cell action. So we are able to insert a cell, update a cell, or retrieve a cell. Really cool stuff. So do you want to quickly elaborate a little bit?
Yeah. So this is something that, if you don't mind, I will share my screen. Stefan, can you please give me the room here? Thank you. So now that we could actually retrieve all of the row, because earlier we specified the lookup value, it was the PSID that matched our messenger ID, and it retrieved like everything. PSID, first name, last name, email, subscription. This is fetching all of the row. Now there will be cases where you just want to fetch one particular cell. Let's say that you have a calculator that does basic calculations, formulas, whatever stuff. Which is under A1. By the way, each of these things are cell, these boxes here. So let's say that you want to make a calculator with your chatbots, and you always want to put the value under A1, so you can pass always the formula for Clever Messenger, because you also saw that we are able to pass formula. So you can do, for example, 10 plus 10, although that's something that you can calculate right away. But you can just pass this data to A1 and retrieve A1 itself so that you get back the results. So cells can actually be used to perform calculations right inside your spreadsheet and return these values individually without you having to fiddle around with rows and complicated stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this will be about this. It will be about inserting, so that you are able to insert those formulas or whatever thing you want to insert, actually updated in if you wanted to update your formulas, and then retrieve so that you get back your results.
Yeah. Really, really cool. Nice. Awesome. That was a quick little elaboration right there.
Quick demo.
Awesome. So I got a couple of more questions, and then I think we're going to round up. Yeah, just an example. Say a customer has a birthday on a certain day that is stored in a Google Sheet. Can we set a trigger that will pull that info and send it out to them as a birthday greeting?
Yes, you could do that. You could actually, how I see it is you would create a segment containing a custom field. So it seems that the charger is off.
Your little hiccup right there.
Can I just share it real quick?
Yeah, sure. I do want to. I'm not sure what you're going to show though. Like, because there's a 24-hour policy, right? So you're going to.
Yeah, if this is non-promotional, of course, content. So let's say that you have here name and birthday. I think you can insert a formula inside Google Sheets to calculate if the date, let's say here that's, let's say when, for example, this will have a formula that will make the difference between today's dates, which is today, I think, and you can make it a difference between the birthday, and at the end you will get some value. Maybe it will be 0 if it's the same day, same month. It will be 0 if you do the difference. And there inside Clever Messenger, you could always pass this into a custom field using the retrieve row. So you retrieve the when column and you save it inside the custom fields, and under your segmentation, you will go and you will create a new segment, for example, birthday today. You will have the custom field, whatever custom field you saved as a variable. Check if that particular is equal 0. And if it's equal 0, then you can send the message, whatever stuff you want to.
Oh, nice.
This will have to run in a loop every day, 20 of closed loop, meaning that inside your flow, you will have to create. It's a little bit complicated, but this is a way around it. So you can actually create a closed loop like this, and it will run each 24 hours or 1 day.
Yeah.
So it keeps checking every day, getting the when value, saving it into custom fields, and your segments will take care of the rest.
Yeah.
You can use the condition cards.
That's really cool. Like that's like going even a step further and using a segment and a conditional card to actually send them.
Create a webhook, like yeah.
So for that actual sending out that message, you would need to run that in a loop as well. Am I correct? Because that
You mean sending to everyone, because he wants to send it individually to people who have
person, right?
birthdays.
So it needs to check if that thing is set.
Yes.
So that thing sending of the message needs to be in a loop as well, right? Because it needs to check.
It will need to be broadcasted.
Yeah.
If it's broadcasted, it will automatically run for everyone.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. Michael's saying very good. Awesome. I guess we're going to take one more question and call it a day. 30 minutes definitely not met, but
next one maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. I think Google Sheets just offers way too many features and possibilities.
Yeah.
Rob is actually having a request, and he's saying if you develop new ways to use all this Google for your business for clients, can you do a quick video of how you are using it and stick it on your YouTube so that we can get some great ideas on how to use this even more? Sure, yeah, we can definitely do that, but there are definitely some videos out there about using Google Sheets with chatbots, so you should consider checking those out as well. To be honest, I think you can actually do about anything with this stuff. There's a company called BotSheets. Perhaps you should take a look at what they are actually doing. They actually integrate with a competitor of ours, but we are going to reach out to them very soon so that they can use their sheets with us as well. But these guys have some pretty good knowledge about Google Sheets and chatbots, and have some very, very cool examples as well. Do note that the integration with Google Sheets and Clever Messenger is the best Google Sheet integration out there. Our competitors don't even come close to what we have built in terms of a Google Sheet integration. And with them, you still need a Zapier integration to most of the time get things working. But this is not the case with Clever Messenger, of course. I hope that that helps out, Rob. With that said, I want to thank my co-host right here, Fauzi.
Thank
were
you,
wonderful
Stefan.
once again.
Thanks. Cheers. Same for you there. Thanks for everyone who He's attends
You're muted for some reason.
who are actually attending our meetings and lives. It's always good and a pleasure to see you right there. And we hope to see you on the next live with the sales formulas and stuff. I hope that you've enjoyed this live. Thanks, Stefan, for listening as usual. And let's talk to you next Wednesday, same time.
Sure. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Waving goodbye and getting some thanks, and see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.